90-day fiancé Colt Johnson's life-threatening accident nearly led to the amputation of his leg. What transpired with him, and what is his current condition? Colt Johnson, a star of 90-Day Fiancé, is rejoining the franchise following an extended hiatus and several life changes, including a near-fatal injury amid speculation of a potential limb amputation. Colt from Las Vegas debuted his reality television career on the sixth season of 90-Day Fiancé. Colt wed Larissa Lima from Brazil, and the relationship was marked by violence, resulting in Larissa's incarceration on 3 occasions. Subsequent to their divorce, Colt entered into a relationship with Just Caroline but was unfaithful to her with multiple women, including his second ex-wife, Vanessa Guerra. Initially, Colt and Vanessa engaged in a friends with benefits arrangement, but then eloped during season 1 of The Single Life. Colt had a strong bond with his mother, Debbie Johnson. Over time, he understood that Debbie's inquisitiveness adversely affected his romantic endeavors. As Colt gained awareness, he and Debbie started to diverge, particularly after Vanessa highlighted Debbie's overengagement. Nonetheless, Colt was unable to sustain his marriage to Vanessa. In early 2024, Vanessa departed from him, asserting that her love had dissipated. Fans alleged that Colt engaged in infidelity after observing him on a dating application. Colt was subsequently revealed as a cast member on 90 Day Hunt for Love and has since reconciled with Debbie. In January 2023, Vanessa astonished 90 Day Fiancé enthusiasts by sharing an image of Colt in a hospital bed with a fractured leg. She stated that he was involved in an accident in December 2022 and was hospitalized for 2 weeks. Colt was confined to a wheelchair as a result of a fractured leg and a torn meniscus, having already undergone 3 surgical procedures. Furthermore, Vanessa disclosed that Colt's bladder had ceased to function, necessitating the use of a catheter as a result of the analgesics and anesthesia. She asserted that Colt would require 6 to 8 months for complete recovery. As Vanessa did not disclose the specifics of Colt's accident, people were forced to speculate about the circumstances. A month later, she revealed that the scene she filmed with Colt on a trampoline had gone terribly wrong. Vanessa declared that Colt will cease participation in any 90 Day Fiancé productions and suggested his departure from the franchise. In September 2023, Vanessa verified that they were filming The Last Resort in Reno when Colt sustained the injuries. They did not reach Florida and were substituted by Molly Hopkins and Kelly Brown for the season. As of December 2023, Colt had yet to recuperate from his injury. Vanessa posted an image of a disheveled Colt seated uncomfortably on a hospital bed with a painful countenance. She disclosed that he had undergone his 4th surgery many weeks prior, but encountered a problem. Consequently, Colt required a 6th surgical procedure. Vanessa utilized 2 sobbing emoticons to convey her emotions. In October 2023, she informed her followers that she anticipated the December operation would be Colt's final procedure. Regrettably, such was not the situation, and his recuperation persisted in encountering obstacles. Vanessa remained by the kitchen sink, gazing vacantly out the window. The early sun illuminated the modest Las Vegas residence she shared with Colt and his mother, Debbie. Her coffee had become tepid in her grasp, and her heart was far more frigid. Colt entered the room, extending his limbs and yawning. "Good morning, darling," he remarked, bestowing a kiss onto her cheek. However, Vanessa remained unresponsive. "I can no longer continue with this, Colt," she stated softly. He blinked, perplexed. "What is your meaning?" She pivoted, her eyes brimming with tears. "Your mother. This residence. The perpetual turmoil. I am fatigued." Colt's expression of joy diminished. "We have discussed this." "No," she interjected, her tone resolute now. "We contested this matter. There exists a distinction." The entire sequence of events commenced with an innocuous supper. Debbie prepared spaghetti once more and brought her friend Donna, who openly expressed her aversion to Vanessa. During the evening, Debbie issued passive-aggressive comments regarding Vanessa's lack of ambition and her purported failure to comprehend family values. "I sacrificed my life in Reno for this," Vanessa murmured to Colt in their bedroom later that night. "Your mother regards me as if I were an unfamiliar individual leasing a room." Colt nonchalantly shrugged. She is merely protective. No, Vanessa replied, shaking her head. She exhibits controlling behavior. A week later, Vanessa eavesdropped on Debbie conversing with Colt's cousin, disparaging her. Debbie remarked, "Vanessa is indolent. She is not suitable for marriage. Colt merits a more suitable partner, one akin to Jess or Larissa." Vanessa reached her limit. She faced Debbie that evening, with composure yet assertiveness. "I refuse to reside in a dwelling where I am subjected to daily disrespect." Debbie remained resolute. "Perhaps you ought to depart." Colt attempted to intervene, but it was too late. Vanessa had reached her conclusion. Vanessa gradually closed her suitcase. Colt stood in the threshold, appearing despondent. "Please grant me time," he implored. "I will converse with her. We shall establish boundaries." "You have had years to accomplish that," she remarked, draping her purse over her shoulder. "You opted to maintain harmony with her rather than advocate for us." She approached the door, hesitating briefly. "I cherished you, Colt. However, I possess a greater affection for myself." Consequently, she vanished. 3 months later, Vanessa resided in Arizona, engaged in remote work and participating in therapy. She had resumed hiking, exhibited increased smiling, and contemplated dating once more. What about Colt? He resided with Debbie. However, there was a discernible shift in his eyes, indicative of his newfound comprehension of what he had forfeited. However, at that point, it was too late. Nonetheless, it was a tranquil afternoon in Las Vegas. The atmosphere was laden with suspense as Colt anxiously occupied a corner of a poorly illuminated cafe. Opposite him was Jess Caroline, his former girlfriend. She appeared breathtaking, poised, and above all, enraged. She arrived from Chicago after getting an enigmatic message from Colt. "I need to talk. I am obligated to convey the truth to you." Jess had awaited closure for years. Colt had ceased all communication with her following the dissolution of their tumultuous romance. She had heard speculation regarding him and Vanessa, but she never obtained the complete narrative until now. Colt inhaled deeply, averting her gaze. "I will not embellish the truth, Jess. I betrayed you," he stated, his voice quivering, accompanied by Vanessa. Jess's expression became rigid. Her eyes expanded in incredulity, but it swiftly transformed into rage. "You informed me that you and Vanessa were merely friends. She was akin to your sister," she exclaimed, striking her hand on the table. The scant patrons in the cafe glanced over. Colt grimaced. "I am aware. I was untruthful. I was perplexed, and frankly, I was unworthy of you. Do you believe this improves the situation?" Jess stated, rising to her feet. "You deceived, fabricated falsehoods, and thereafter feigned victimhood. I experienced humiliation, Colt." Vanessa stood by Colt's car, observing from afar. She had urged Colt to confess, but now she questioned whether it had been the correct decision. Upon witnessing Jess exit the cafe in a fury, she realized the encounter had not transpired favorably. Jess halted before Vanessa. "You were aware of your actions," she stated icily. "You feigned innocence, yet you were complicit throughout." Vanessa remained unperturbed. "You are correct. I ought to have refrained from involvement." However, emotions became intricate. Jess shook her head and departed, her heels striking the pavement with irritation. Colt pursued her, but she pivoted and remarked, "You had a wife who cherished you. However, you opted for treachery. I trust that Vanessa justified the sacrifice of your honesty." As she vanished from sight, Colt remained silent. Vanessa approached him and grasped his hand. "What is the next step?" Colt inquired. Vanessa regarded him with gravity. "Now we address the chaos we created." However, Colt was acutely aware that certain scars remain indelible. Some hearts, once fractured, never regain their capacity for trust. Greetings, esteemed viewers. Welcome to my channel. I am Amelia. I hope your day is going well. If you liked the video, please remember to subscribe to the channel.